I will say I was surprised. I spoke to a number of CEOs who I would say walked into the meeting being Trump supporter-ish or thinking that they might be leaning that direction, who said that he was remarkably meandering, could not keep a straight thought, was all over the map, and that they, which maybe not surprising, but was interesting to me because these were people who I think might have been actually predisposed to him and actually walked out of the room less predisposed to him, actually predisposed to thinking this is not necessarily, as one person said, this may not be any different or better than a Biden thought if you're thinking.
Okay, well, we'll have to return to whether they'll end up supporting Donald Trump, these incredibly wealthy CEOs. But I love the idea that these wealthy, well-to-do titans of industry go into a meeting with Donald Trump in the year of our Lord 2024, and they're like, man, he can't really carry a thought. Have you been paying attention to America? But he did have a big meeting with CEOs that included JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, Jane Fraser, the Citigroup CEO, and Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan. And here's apparently what he said to them. We're going to summarize it because he meanders. Trump said that if he returned to the White House, he'll cut taxes, shockingly, including income taxes, and bring back the same economic policies he enacted during his first term, which did such damage to the American economy by the end of that first term. Quote, we're going to give you more of the same for the next 4 years. And we know that that is almost certainly the case. He brought up the same claim that he recently became obsessed with when he went to Nevada, that he's going to stop taxing tips off of tipped workers. That's an idea that he came up with 5 minutes before giving that speech and will soon forget about. But he did repeat it. And apparently when he told the CEOs that, they laughed at it. Look, maybe there are alternative explanations for why they would laugh. Either they laugh because they know how significant their tax cuts are going to be in dollar terms, and they know how relatively paltry not taxing tips will be for all of the pores in society. Maybe they think that that's hilarious from an elitist point of view, or they don't think that he'll actually go through with it. Either way, I think is fine as an interpretation.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
But he also told them that he wants to bring the corporate tax rate down from 21 to 20%. Bear in mind, he already cut it nearly in half in his first term. Now he's looking to do it even more. But in addition to the income tax cuts for the wealthy and the corporate tax cuts, he also promised that he would slash regulations if he won a second term. Regulations, of course, if you haven't been following American politics very long, are the things that protect you from the excesses of corporations, the things that could potentially sicken or kill your family, your friends. You will not have those protections anymore. Instead, those will be removed so that they can make even more money hand over fist than they already were. And so we have more, Brett, but what do you make of this?
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, that's like the first thing. It sounds, this meeting sounds like one of those jokes. It's like, what do you call 20 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean? A good start. Like, this is just a group of people that are so reviled in one room at the same time. But the takeaway is that when it comes to the economy, generally, it's very skittish. Even the bullest of markets is skittish, and they are most afraid of uncertainty. And Donald Trump, in my opinion, my appraisal of the situation, brings more uncertainty than Joe Biden. Joe Biden has a 21%, a very, very low corporate tax rate. Biden is on record saying nothing will fundamentally change. These are the things that most progressives are very upset with Biden about. But your average CEO knows that Biden is the Delaware senator, and everybody's incorporated in Delaware because Delaware has no corporate tax. This is a guy that has been very friendly to industry. This has been a guy that when he disappears from the public eye, he's just going and doing the work of government behind the scenes. He's he's putting in certain regulations, he's getting rid of others. But Donald Trump, these are his people, by the way, right? Aren't these all rich CEOs in a room? And all the other rich CEOs are looking at this guy going like, God, I wish I was in real estate instead, because any idiot can become a billionaire.
Yeah. Evidently, yeah. 100%. Look, I still think that most of them will want him for the same reason that they all did. Like he'll cut taxes, like and maybe he'll only cut the corporate tax by a little bit, but they'll do another massive tax, a continuation of the Trump era tax cuts on income that will deliver hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to those individuals, and they will make tons of money. It'll do terrible damage to the economy. It won't benefit any regular MAGA person who's ever shown up in a red hat to a Trump rally, but they'll like it. And honestly, I don't even think that they do need to. Like you talked about the stability, the stock market has done amazingly well under Joe Biden. It's at literally record highs. Trump wishes he could have had the stock market that they have. And for most people watching this, that's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the economy as they experience on a daily basis. But from the point of view of the rich, this is supposed to be what they want. What more could they want? I think the answer is more, actually, and they think that they could get it under him. But I will remind you that the Trump tax cuts that we already got in 2017 did very little to boost economic growth in 2018, and that corporate tax avoidance was rampant during the first 5 years of the Trump GOP law. What do you know? Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.